That one, number 7. What's up, Classic? How are you? This is my Wings fan as well in the black against Gaishu in the Enterprise. Another Enterprise. Lexington and Blackable. On the bright side, it's 2 tier 8 carriers, and you are top tier. But those carriers can do some mean things to you with their rockets. Some things in here don't react too well to rockets. Come on. Let me... Why aren't you doing this? Maybe you haven't loaded in yet. That's probably what it is. Oh well. I can't even drop the HUD. Alright, well. Oh, you have loaded in.
General quarters.
Why won't you work? There we go. Gotta get my screenies. Behold our Enterprise. Yeah, people know who Gaishu is. Gaishu, I think, has the server record for damage. It's an obscene amount of damage. But that's back when the Hakuryu was stupidly OP. And he kind of proved it, so there you go. Alright, good enough. 3 containers. Alright, cool. 550,000. Alright, so what do you got here? You got anti-dead, you got flood, you got pre-XP, fire chance, anti-air, and consumables. Cool. Now, you could, instead of running radar, run defensive fire. I sometimes do that in my black because I think it's kind of fun to do that. But it's up to you. Radar is very useful too. After this game, all of you should be messaging Wargaming to remove CVs. Something tells me they're not going to remove carriers. Well, and that's the thing, right, SAT? Like, you see so many carriers now. Defensive fire, I think, is far more valuable than Pan-Asian Destroyer radar. 7.5 kilometer. And the Atlanta really isn't an OP anti-air ship anymore. At least I don't think so. Unless it's in a tier 6 match. Now, Wingspan has really good torpedoes. Well, not good torpedoes. They're very long-range torpedoes. So, that's very helpful. And, you know, you can hit things at a pretty decent range. They're not detected that much, so they're kind of like sea mines, if you will. So that's useful. There's only 2 destroyers per side. Yugumo has not been spotted yet. But with 2 carriers, it's very risky to go after the caps right away. Cool. Well, yeah, if you got what you were looking for out of the containers, that's what matters the most, man. Glad to help. Yeah, Atlanta anti-air isn't anything special anymore, unfortunately. Same thing with Flint. Smoking up because you've got the torpedo bombers coming your way, makes sense. You also have the ability to pew-pew some ships. I would turn off anti-air at this point. Try to help. Yep, there you go. Notice how Wingspan has changed now. This reinforcement sector. If you're good at moving your reinforcement sector, you've got really good anti-air. Because the anti-air I don't know why you're getting out of the smoke here. I would not have gotten out of the smoke. But anyway, your anti-air gets a bonus of, I think it's 150% in Destroyer when you change sides, so it's very worth. But yeah, see, getting out of smoke here, you're just getting shot at for free. You would have been better off waiting until you were sure that the planes were gone.
Problem solved, sir.
At least you got the rocks here to help bail you out.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Carrier is saying that there's a destroyer around C, trying to get behind. And so that's on the carrier to go and find him. And Gaishu doing his normal Gaishu things. And again, having DFA would have really helped in that situation. You might have actually saved that, Richelieu. Meanwhile, now the Yagumo has been detected, so you might be thinking about time to go kill the Yagumo.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Gaishu coming in with rockets now. With Enterprise, side on is how you attack with your rockets. So you want to be careful not to show a side profile to carriers.
Problem solved, sir.
Richelieu was dead no matter what, absolutely. Bad positioning, all that kind of good stuff, but could have extended the life a little bit maybe. Look at how much your team is balled up in the ACAP. This is often what we see as a result of the carrier meta too. Everybody just kind of gets together, holds their hand, and prays that the carrier won't focus them. By the way, if I recall correctly, you can equip the defensive fire extension modification, and that comes in really handy. Atlanta is still a beast at anti-destroyer duty. Cannot forget that fact. The Lexington and the Implacable, though, should have been following the team. They screwed that up big time, and the Lexington especially is going to pay for it. The Implacable will be okay for a little while longer, because he's already going the correct direction. Harv mentions a good point. If you're going to DFAA, why not do it on the Fletcher? And the answer for you is quite simple. Look at this camo. Do you know what you get out of this camo? You get 150% bonus XP, 150% bonus Commander XP, 150% bonus free XP. That's why you do it on a black. You also get the crazy stupid long torpedoes. Which, if you think about it, really also helps in this meta too, because if you're playing against carriers, you're also playing farther back. So you have torpedoes that reach farther and don't get spotted by carriers. So honestly, I think there's a lot of things going for a black here. Plus the fact that most people don't typically run defensive fire on black, so you can laugh about that too. SAT, plus 100% to enemy aggro, yeah, very true. Yeah, I mean, you know, Fletchers are still nice. There are things that I absolutely love about Fletcher, like the torpedoes are far more comfortable in a Fletcher. But I've ground up the line, so I don't need it anymore. You know? So. LOL, the torpedoes. Predicting the turn? Hurry up and fire, he's probably gonna turn now. He didn't. He's just gonna sit there and flood. Oh, what a nice guy. You've got that Mogami coming around behind you though, so you have to be careful about that. I don't know that I would have shot there, because here comes the Mogami shells.
stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Now you've noticed it. More torpedoes on the Vladivostok.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
He is flooding out, looks like.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Smoke generator started. Smoke screen set.
Switch to AP, didn't matter. Yeah. St. Louis, all of a sudden, your team has just cut through the enemy like a buzzsaw. Which is pretty hilarious. Kaishu taking down the Zumo. Good idea turning around. There's no point in continuing to run. Your carriers, in my opinion, are still horribly misplaced. They should be here. Here would be a strong position for them. Close to Seattle, but that allows them to focus them too. That's alright. One team balled up harder than the other. Yep, you're not wrong. Richelieu now showing broadside to North Carolina, both of them. And your torps might even hit this guy. Oh my god, widespread. Whee! No point opening up there one way or the other. Alright, go ahead and turn towards... You have to be thinking now, look at the minimap. You've got the Atlanta here, the Enterprise here. I'm sure that's going to be Gaishu. This guy's probably going to be the other dude. Now your team is starting to break up. This Mogami is making a big mistake. He's looking at the Enterprise and he's foaming at the mouth. So that's a concern.
Our victory is in sight.
Widespread does cover more ocean. Richelieu managed to knock out one of the North Carolinas. Will he knock out the next one? Oh boy, yep. Gaishu takes down the Mogami. Richelieu takes down the Nueve, and then also takes down that North Carolina. That is what we call the hero play right there, because now it's in Atlanta and 2 Enterprises for Seattle. If I'm you right now, Wingspan, I'm saying I need to get back. Get back! To the Seattle. And it's now going to become a game of which carriers can out-farm the other. Unfortunately for you, I would say that they have the significant advantage in this.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Smoking and stopping isn't going to help you here. Because the Atlanta's going to die by the Seattle, or you're just going to... Yeah. No need for this. See?
Victory is in sight.
In the meantime, the Seattle is going to get dunked on by AP bombers. Not too bad. Not too big of a hit. Gaishu is now looking for you. See those rockets? Yeah, that's for you. Your anti-air is on, which means he's going to detect you at max range. You just derped out of your smoke. Running a J1 would make perfect sense. SAT is correct on that, because you've got that Lexington that could help you. Or just run to the Implacable at F3. Enterprise bombs are very unreliable, yes, but that Seattle, I mean, all it takes is one good hit and that Seattle's dead. So I think the Seattle is misplaying here a little bit. You're obviously misplaying because you're just letting Gaishu farm you at this point. Fortunately, your carriers are doing what they can to try to help you with that. I would cut speed here. You absolutely should have just sat in your smoke and waited, yes. If you're going to pop smoke at that point, that's what you do. Like I said, I think your smoke was early. And now that you're off the board, now they're going to switch and they're going to stop using rockets and they're going to switch to torpedo bombers and AP dive bombers. Here comes one set of dive bombers coming in already. Oh, that is Gaishu in the corner. What's Gaishu doing up there in the corner? Come on. Here comes the airplanes! And look, the Seattle's even slowing down for him. It's going to make it even easier for him to drop. Whee! LOL RNG! Seattle should be using guns on the carrier. I don't know why he's not. He's looking at the other Enterprise when, I mean, Gaishu's right in front. Oh, he's trying to cap C. That's why he's stopping. Just making it easier for him to get killed. See? Well, at least he's got the worker flag, so he's a hard worker. Game of Throws indeed. Still, I mean, you still have the points. You win in a minute and a half. So, at this point, all your two carriers have to do is not die. SAT brings up a good point. Running to the corner to the opposite position of the other Enterprise meant that the team broke up, and that's exactly what happened. He managed to farm the North Mogami, and then at that point it became easier and easier to just farm away. Fortunately for your team, Gaishu is going after one carrier and your other carrier is going after the other. Had both carriers focused on this Implacable, they could have actually gotten the kill in time. That's the funny thing. Yeah, it's very unreliable for getting damage unless when you need it most, or when you don't need it, one of the two. Wingspan is now going to go and spectate over there at Gaishu and watch Gaishu get killed. Time's going to run out. Oh well, I hope the feedback helped. Move that to the done pile. Next up, we're going to go to Tier 4 and we're going to check out a Hosho. Hosho. Alright, Latif, here we go. Congratulations. As always, let me know what you would like.